Hi Rockhounds, thank you for joining me for today's Ask a Geologist question and answer video. I got a question from somebody who was wondering about what books are really good for rockhounders to collect or for parents to get for their kids who are interested in geology. So today I'm going to show you 3 of my favorites that you might want to put in your collection too. I'm Tracy Diane. I'm a professional geologist and rock collector, and if you love rocks and books as much as I do, I hope you will subscribe to the channel. All right, the first book that we're going to talk about is one of my absolute favorites. I have had this particular version for about 20 years, but it is still in print today, just with a different cover, and it is a DK and Smithsonian book called Rock and Gem, and it says The Definitive Guide to Rocks, Minerals, Gems, and Fossils. So if you go to look for this book, I will put a link in the description so that you can find it easily. The cover has changed, but that same tagline is on the new cover, so you'll know that you're looking at the right one. Now, this is actually quite a hefty book. This is the hardcover. I think it's also in paperback. It's a huge book because it is in cooperation with the Smithsonian. The photos and the information in here is absolutely stunning. So as you can see, it does talk about all of the aspects of rocks and minerals and fossils, and it goes through a little bit of about minerals and how they form. Then it talks about how rocks are made of minerals and how each of the different rock types, like sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous, are all formed. And then it actually, I'll show you one of the pages. This is a page on sandstone, and it is, you can just see just from this far away on the camera, the photos are absolutely stunning. The information is super interesting whether you are an adult or a child. This is probably better for older kids or parents who want to read it and kind of explain some of the topics to their kids. I don't know that I would give this to a younger kid to read. It could be a little bit overwhelming. This is an absolutely stunning book that you will love to have in your collection. In the back of the book, after it goes through and explains how all of these types of things form, it'll give you a lot of the uses for different rocks and minerals, where you can find them, and it shows you pictures of a lot of them, whether they're used for sculptures or buildings or how they're being used out in the world. And then when you go to the back of the book, it actually has little sections for all of the different rock and mineral types that they talk about, and there's a lot more detailed information in the back of the book about them. So this is an incredible reference book. I have had it forever. You will definitely love it. So if you are interested in this particular book, check the link in the description. That way you'll know that you're getting to this one, even though the cover does look a little bit different now. So the next book that we're going to talk about is this one, and it is called 1000 Facts About Rocks and Minerals. And this is a really cool book because it gives you a lot of information about geology, and it's all in bullet point format. It's really neat. It is, I think, out of print, but I do know that there are a lot of copies out there on eBay and a lot of the used bookstores, even at some of the Friends of the Library sales. If you have those around your place, you can find copies of this book. It was really popular a long time ago, and it's a really fun book to have because it tells you a lot of things that you may not know normally, even if you are an avid rock collector or even a teacher. This has a lot of really great information. Just like the first book I talked about, it will tell you, like this is the page on how metamorphic rocks form, and it tells you a little bit about that. It talks about geysers, and it talks about earthquakes and all the different ways that rocks can form on the earth. And then it has, I'll show you this page, it has individual pages. Like this one is for eclogite. Eclogite is it's a really important rock actually for geology. It's called the Christmas rock. It's typically made out of green pyroxenes and red garnets. And it tells us a lot about how the earth formed. So this book goes through lots of different rocks and minerals. It gives you in bullet point format, like you can see here, a lot of fun facts about these. And this is just like kind of a fun, like you could do trivia night with this book. It's so cool. But I will put as many links as I can find to this. And if I find more after this video goes live, I will keep updating it because this is a really great book if you're just interested in geology in general. Okay, and the third book that I'm going to talk about today is this one. It's a Kaleidoscope kids book, and it's called Geology Rocks. And this is kind of a combination book where it's kind of information. It's kind of like an educational book, but it also has a lot of activities and experiments that kids can do related to the topics that are in here. It's a really cute book. It's in 2 color. It's black. It's purple. I'm sorry, purple and orange. And what it'll do is, like, this is the section on earthquakes. So it'll talk about earthquakes and how they happen and give the kids a lot of great information. And then on the next pages, it'll actually give them activities and experiments that they do to explore that same topic. I would say that this book is best for probably older elementary, maybe middle school kids. It does talk about like groundwater and aquifers and things like that, a little bit more advanced topics than some of the super young kids could even understand. But a lot of the really younger kids would still enjoy a lot of the experiments and stuff that are in here. So if you have kids that are maybe middle school and a younger elementary, this book would be great for you to have in your house. So this book is still available in print. I'll put some links for you, but this is a really great one if you have kids. I've used this book for years and years with my own kids and some camps that I taught. There's a lot of great information in here, and it's easily digestible for kids. It's talked about in a fun way that kids can understand, and it will really help them get interested in science if you think that that is kind of one of their big interests. So thanks for sticking around for my list of 3 books that every rockhound or parent of kids who loves rocks really needs in your bookshelf. So if you have other books that you think are really great in your collection, please let me know in the comments so that I can check them out. And if you want to know more recommendations, please let me know that as well. I have shelves and shelves full of books about geology, and I'm happy to recommend as many as you want to know about. I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.